Hi, my name is Liz Gallerani, and I am the Curator of Mellon Academic Programs at the Williams College Museum of Art.
And my name is Murad Mumtaz, and I am Assistant Professor in the Art Department.
And we are here at the Williams College Museum of Art in Faison Gallery for an exhibition for Murad's class.
And the class and the exhibition is titled Tasvir Khana, Practicing Indian Drawing and Painting.
So what will students be doing in this gallery space?
Good question. In this gallery space, we have designed this space to be a hybrid space in a different hybrid way, in the sense that it is both a gallery as well as a studio. So this, we have transformed it into a classroom, and students will be making art, Indian drawings and paintings, by referencing to the actual artworks that are hung here. And the idea is for them to immerse in the traditional practice, and by being seated on the floor, taking their shoes off first, and then working from the actual artworks, because that is really the historical practice as well. For several years, if a student was initiated into a workshop, they would spend traditionally sometimes even 8, 10, 11 years just making copies before they would rise to the level of making or helping with an actual original artwork. So the practice itself is really deeply embedded in perfecting or achieving the perfection that has already been acquired by the masters that went before them.
Wow. And we're excited for students to be able to be copying works from our collection. This is definitely a strength of the museum's collection, Indian paintings. And so we've selected 11 from this collection. Do you want to talk a little bit about why these particular 11, why these were suited to this particular class where they will be looking so closely?
Yeah, so when we were looking at the collection, and it's quite an expansive collection that we have here at WICMA, we wanted to get artworks that represent both different styles, whether that's the bold regional style from Rajasthan with the expressive colors and flat washes, or it's the refined naturalism of the Mughal school, but also depict different stages of a painting with the different techniques used. So we have examples that represent just the ink wash technique, which is called Siyah Qalam, and then we have full opaque water-based artworks as well. So, and then a third intention was to also cover as many regions as possible, because in Indian painting, it's not just one painting and that's it. These are regional schools that are spread across South Asia, from regions that are today in Pakistan to regions that are today in Bangladesh to way down in the south, up into the Himalayas in the north. So we tried to cover as much as possible within this exhibition, so it becomes an exhibition particularly as a model for education and for instilling the knowledge that is required to learn this technique.
And something that folks at home might not realize is that the paintings in this gallery are actually hung a little bit lower than usual. We also have a pile of cushions in the center of the gallery and a bunch of plyboards. So do you want to tell us why did we make these design choices for this exhibition?
Yes, and that's why I'm so glad that the space has become a really flexible space, and which is catering to the needs of the classroom, and not just the way an exhibition is supposed to be hung, but actually how can it utilize the requirements of the class. And so the idea is to follow the traditional format of being sitting on the floor. So we have cushions that will line up around the walls, and then we have backrests. We're actually using drawing boards as backrests. And so every student will also have a piece of carpet, a square of carpet where they can keep their materials. And then the brilliant idea that you had of hanging the exhibition, all the artworks a little low, means that students can actually don't have to get up and down all the time. They can be seated, or they can have their stools and they can sit and then also look closely at the artworks, because close looking is so important for this entire semester.
Absolutely, and we're excited that we can also incorporate some of the digital imaging project that we've been working on too. So for the museum, more than anything, looking up close at an original work of art, but also being able to use things like RTI, some of the high-res images, so they can see details that they might not even be able to see otherwise. I mean, especially because we have the plexiglass covering for some of these, sometimes you're distracted by your own reflection when you're trying to look closely. But we were so excited about the opportunity, especially during COVID, to be able to make a gallery be a active studio space for your class. And I was going through the numbers. I know you'll be visiting at least once a week during the spring 2021 semester, and I tallied it, it's 19 different visits, which is amazing. That's the most that any class has ever visited the museum in a given semester. So we're just so thrilled about this really deep engagement that will be taking place. But do you want to talk about this exciting workshop video series that you'll be doing?
Yes, so once again, working with WICMA, we have this wonderful idea that why not, once we have this online space, why not also share exactly what the students will be learning with a wider audience and public. So weekly, as I will be giving assignments to the students here in the classroom, we will also be posting regular assignment videos online so that anyone who is sitting, say, across the globe or anywhere can potentially follow us along with the semester and actually learn the technique and understand more about the skill and the style and the iconography and take a journey with us into the course.
I know I'm excited to follow along. For art historians, sometimes we learn about the final product. We don't necessarily always understand the process that the artist or artists undertook to get to that final product. And I know that's something that we've talked about in this exhibition, even one of the selections being more of a preparatory drawing. And so being able to kind of go behind the scenes in this workshop and get a sense of what the process was, the different techniques. So I think that's a really exciting facet as well. So at this moment, because of COVID-19, the Williams College Museum of Art is unfortunately only open for campus visits for class use. And we've been really excited to, despite all of these challenges, see a range of continued engagement with art and creativity in the museum walls and without. And so even if you are unable, therefore, to visit this exhibition in person, we really do hope that these videos, the workshop videos that Murad mentioned, other resources will still give you insight into what the exhibition is about and really be a jumping off point for your own explorations with art.